What's up, YouTube world, man? It's the kid DC Wrestling back once again with another video. And tonight is Wednesday night, so you know what that means. It is the August 3rd, 2022 edition of AEW Dynamite, headlined by the main event, Chris Jericho versus the Ring of Honor Pure World Champion, Yuta, where if Yuta wins, he would get Jericho's title shot over Moxley at Quake of the Lake. Overall, I thought this was a pretty good show for the most part. We kicked things off with Orange Cassidy versus Jay Lethal. Yeah, this was a pretty good opener here. We did have Jay Lethal get the win here, which, as we saw, Wardlow came out there. So clearly they had Jay Lethal getting the win over Orange Cassidy because, as we saw earlier in the night, this sets up Jay Lethal versus Wardlow at Battle of the Belts for the TNT Championship, which will be taking place this. I think it's next week. I believe it is, or is it this Saturday? I can't remember. But anyways, either way, Battle of the Belts. Battle of the Belts. Number 3. So the Undisputed Elite make their return. The Undisputed Elite finally make their return, man. And Adam Cole is still injured. He says he can't compete in the tournament. Kyle O'Reilly can't compete in the tournament. So he's like, Bucky boys, unless you want to team up with Bobby Fish here, then you can't really compete in the tournament. Now, the Young Bucks is like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, we're competing in this trios tournament. We're going to be the trios champions. And Cole was like, let me rephrase that. What I meant to say was, you two are not going to be physically able to be medically cleared to compete because the Undisputed, let's just say, era defeated and just, beat up Matt and Nick, taking them out. You know, not gonna lie, I kind of saw this coming, especially what we've been seeing now with Hangman, who ironically came out to the ring saving the Bucks. So it seems like they're getting back together. Hangman and the Bucks. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? You know, Hangman and the Bucks getting back, especially after what they've been dealing with. But yeah, Adam Cole, I ain't gonna lie, man. I think he did his role well, as we saw, because he made the freaking kid in the crowd cry. So when you make kids cry, that lets you know you're doing your job right. And I'm not even the biggest Adam Cole fan, and I got to give props for him for doing that. So we get a tag team match playa, Thunderstorm versus Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. You know what, man? I thought this was a pretty good tag team match. And that's saying a lot because many of you know how I feel about Britt Baker. Again, I just thought this was a pretty good tag team match, man. Britt Baker and Adam Cole really impressed me tonight. Surprisingly, shockingly. But yeah, man, as we saw, Jamie Hayter them got the win. So it seems like Jamie Hayter was looking at, Thunder Rosa. So it seems like Jamie Hayter might be next in line for Thunder Rosa. So before we move on, we got Sammy and Ty with their little vignette, their little promos crap no one cares about. But anyways, Eddie Kingston was like, look here, man. I already signed the contract from TK. Sammy, once you get done with your little engagements, sign the contract, you and me and All Out. Now, I'm looking at this. We got Eddie Kingston and Sammy Guevara for All Out. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, this should be a good match, but at the same time, it's like, shouldn't this story be over now? Like, Eddie Kingston and this whole Jericho Appreciation Society, like, should it still be going on at this point? And now All Out's another month away, so now they're going to be feuding for another month. It's like, I think it's kind of time that you move on, move on to bigger and better things. So we get Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ren Jones, but before that, Taz does say that Team Taz is over. They're done with. I wish them the best, but it's over. Team Taz is over. We are done. Powerhouse Hobbs squashes Ren Jones, which was pretty good. New theme, new entrance. So, yeah, I thought Powerhouse Hobbs looked good here. Ricky Starks came out trying to, get a few punches in on Hobbs, but of course Hobbs was able to get the upper hand and deliver the spine buster. After that, we got Darby Allin. My goodness, what's up with Darby Allin and Brody tattooing themselves, man? Like, but they're gonna face each other in the coffin match. I thought it was a pretty cool vignette, I guess. But they're gonna be facing each other next week at Quake at the Lake. Next, you have Matt Hardy versus Christian Cage. So for all you nostalgic fans out there, I know you were loving this one. I thought this match was pretty solid. Christian Cage gets the win there, which, it made sense. Luchasaurus came out. Jungle Boy, who added this t-shirt saying Christian Cage is the P word. We all know what he's talking about. Yeah, it's clearly confirmed at this point. Like, it's going to be confirmed sooner rather than later. Christian Cage and Jungle Boy for All Out. So after all that, man, we get the Acclaim versus the Gun Club. The Acclaim was saying that we're going to make the Gun Club retire like Vince McMahon. I thought that was a nice little bar there. And I thought this was actually a pretty good dumpster match here. You know, the Acclaim get the win there, man. I think the Acclaim, they're another tag team you need to keep their eye on, man. And, I think this is the perfect send-off to their little feud here, man. And the way they tossed the dumpster was crazy. Like, that was a huge bump the Ass Boys took, excuse me. After that, we got Chris Jericho, Willa Yuta. This was the main event. Like I said in the beginning, if Yuta was to win, which he didn't, he would have gotten Jericho's shot against Moxley instead. But Chris Jericho got the win. This is a pretty good match. Willa Yuta, again, despite losing, he showed heart. He showed that, he could go. Again, he's another one that AEW has their eye on, for the future. But it made more sense to give the win to Chris Jericho tonight. Chris and Moxley, too. That's going to be dope. They had a pretty good match at Revolution, so they're going to compete at Quake of the Lake. It should be a good one. And yeah, that was Dynamite. Speaking of Rampage, because Rampage will be live this Friday, I will be doing a Rampage review. And to get confirmation, Battle of the Belts will also be taking place this weekend, so I will be doing an AEW Battle of the Belts 3 review as well. I'll probably be doing a predictions for that tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man, the review. This has been the Kid DC Wrestling. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment. And so, yeah.